Hello and welcome back. So in this point, I will actually be showing you how we can use the XLOOKUP for a two-way lookup. So using the XLOOKUP for a two-way lookup, that is horizontally, yes, so horizontally, then vertically. So in this point here, we would actually want to return the specific, we would actually want to return the sales for a specific product in a specific month. So the months are arranged horizontally. You can actually check from January all the way to May, arranged horizontally, and the products are arranged vertically. So from the laptop all the way to the notebook, arranged vertically, and the months are arranged horizontally. So this is a two-way lookup. So we are using the XLOOKUP in this point here to return the sales for a product in a specific month. That's it. So the product name in this point here is laptop. In my case, it's actually a laptop. Yes. And the month is actually February. So the product name is actually laptop. And the month is actually equivalent to February. Sales is equivalent to 4750. So that's what we actually expect to be returned. Right? So in the cell I23, we expect the result to be equivalent to 4750. Kindly do subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can stay updated whenever a video is actually dropped, and follow me also on my X account so that you can build the largest platform here. So kindly do follow those two accounts so that we can build this community together. So for the sales, it's actually equivalent to XLOOKUP like that. Open, it will ask you for the lookup value, which is actually laptop. Yes. Then comma, it will ask you for the lookup array. So the products are actually located from H11 to H19, just like that. So we are looking for the product, which is actually the laptop. And that laptop is actually located in this array, which is actually H11 all the way to H19. Comma, introduce another XLOOKUP. So this is like a nested XLOOKUP. An XLOOKUP inside an XLOOKUP is what you call a nested XLOOKUP. So introduce another XLOOKUP like that. Open. Lookup value is actually equivalent to February there, which is actually on I22, comma, the lookup array. So this is actually for the months, and the months are actually arranged horizontally. That's from I10 to M10. What are we returning? In this point, we are returning the sales. And what's actually the array for the sales? So the sales start from I11 all the way to M19. So from I11 to M19, then you actually cross. So that's actually the bracket for the second XLOOKUP function. So add another bracket for the first XLOOKUP function. That's it. So in this point here, it's actually XLOOKUP laptop, which is actually on I21, comma, the array is actually from H11 all the way to H19, then comma, introduce for the horizontal lookup, which is actually XLOOKUP February, then we are going horizontally. So February is actually on I22, then we are going horizontally, that's from I10 to M10, comma, sales is located on I11 all the way to M19. Close the second XLOOKUP function, then you close the first XLOOKUP function. Hit enter on the keyboard. Now you can actually check that the result is equivalent to 4750. That's actually the sales. So the sales is actually equivalent to 4750. So this is what you call a two-way XLOOKUP. So we have actually gone vertically and also horizontally. That's vertically for the products, yes, and horizontally for the months. Then we are actually returning these cells here. So this was basically our return array. Just like that. Before we actually go into checking the next example here, I would actually bring you to this point here. So you can actually access all these 20 courses on Excel at just $100. So you will be added into my Google Drive account so that you can access all these courses at $100. So this is just a deal because my website is actually on hold and it will be back very soon. So imagine a deal of $100 for products which you will actually be accessing at $945. So you can also get me the projects. So I'll actually be doing these projects monthly. And for the monthly subscription, it will actually be equivalent to $550. So all the work at $550. And you can also get me the one-time task. For example, the dashboard designs, the analysis, smart macros, and asked Power BI reports. The prices actually range from $150 all the way to $300. So for the one-time task and also for the monthly subscription, that's it. Now on this part here, you can also check that we do have the templates. So I can also design for you the templates and manage it for you every month at just $50. So I design for you the template, manage it for you every month at $50. And I can also design for you all these other kinds of templates here: personal finance template, inventory templates, business dashboard templates, reporting templates, HR templates, sales performance templates, all these kinds of templates at cheaper rates. For example, $19, $12, $17. So that's it. So for us to actually communicate, this is actually my email here. So use this email to reach me out for the templates work, the projects, and also to access the courses on the Google Drive account. So that's it. Now let's also check for the case where the product name is equivalent to desk like that, and the month is actually equivalent to May. So you can actually check that whenever I hit enter, it actually updates. So I want us to start it. So it's equivalent to X lookup like that. Then we actually open. The lookup value is actually equivalent to the desk there, which is actually on I-21. Then a comma. Then the same desk is actually located on this array here. That's from H11 to H19. So the lookup value is actually on I-21, which is actually the desk. And the items have actually been arranged vertically from H11 all the way to H19. At this point, we'll be having the XLOOKUP again. So that's actually a nested XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP inside an XLOOKUP is what you call a nested XLOOKUP. It's just like the if function inside another if function. We always call it a nested if function. So open it like that. It will ask you for the lookup value, which is actually May in my case. And for the months, May in my case, and for the months, they have actually been arranged horizontally. That's from I10 all the way to M10. Then comma, the return array. Where do we actually have the cells? So the cells are actually located from I11, which is actually this one here, all the way to M19. Just like that, you close the second XLOOKUP function, then you close the first XLOOKUP function. Remember, you have two functions here. You have to close the second XLOOKUP function, the red bracket, then you close the first XLOOKUP function, the black bracket there. You have to hit enter on the keyboard. So this is actually the desk, and we are actually looking for May, which is actually this one here. So it's actually 4651. 4651. So that's it. Let's now meet in the next video.